好的报复是美丽，最美的盛开是反击，别让谁去改变了你，你是你或是你都行，会有人全心的爱你。
睁眼看看我这一路怎么来的，随便你们给我贴上。
Well, this is fun. This is gorgeous. And this rap sounds super modern, and what a great combination to smash these two together.
什么样的牌子是飞向大军压境，用食指指向天空，我在这就在这，哪也不去面如刀锋，感谢你们用言语把我推上脚架，我还活得像年日把糖衣炮弹烤化，生命只有一次，想得透彻所以勇敢，我跟他们不一样，身体里藏着虎豹龙胆，牙齿中学会反击，勾动命运的扳机，每次挫折只会让我强大，当我看到转机，如果伤痕是勋章，那我肯定是个将领，迷茫的孩子让我用这首歌把你唱醒，身上带着刺，当我穿过每条暗巷，旅途很漫长，但方向不会淡忘，游过太平洋，但我再次站在岸上，少年终会相遇，玫瑰也终将绽放。
生而为人无罪。
I don't know if you guys remember me saying this. I don't listen to a lot of rap, so I'm definitely not a rap connoisseur. But I like him. And also, to my ear, it's very, I don't know, very fluid, very flowing, and he's very rhythmic. I think he's great.
你不需要抱歉 One that I will be Baby you gonna be me
喧哗如果不停，让我陪你安静。
This feels like I'm listening to something from here, from home, from the West.
I wish I could hurt you till you really, really be free.
This combination of having a great singer and a rapper and kind of featuring them back and forth is very familiar to me. I really like this. It kind of makes, this is hardly hip hop. I would say this is hardly hip hop production wise, but this is definitely kind of this use of a really great singer and a rapper and kind of having the hooks go back and forth, I think is a really great song structure and something that I'm familiar with and hear a lot of here. And this melody, ba-ba-bum-da-da-dum, this is pretty hooky. I like this. I forgot that guy can sing that well. Oh, this is great. Oh my god, I give both of them so much credit. This is really excellent. I can't believe how cool Zhou Shen was rapping. That is an example of, I'm assuming this is Mandarin.
Yeah.
That is an example of a vowel that I think is so tricky for a singer because it's what I will call occluded, where the tongue is a little bit more in the way, and from my understanding, you can't really get the tongue out of the way and have the word still be the word. So here, what is this word?
Yeah, you're right. Chu.
Is it go?
Not here, not this one. Chu, it means sentence.
Oh.
Yeah, there's so many things that sound similar but mean
Fine.
completely different things. Yeah.
Either way, chu has a kind of if you say that at home, try that. Chu, you'll notice that your tongue kind of has to get up in the way a little bit in order for that word to be the word that it is. Whereas in a more English version of that word, we would say chew, obviously not the same word at all, but chew, the tongue is much more out of the way. Chew versus chew. it's a lot more difficult to make it sound buoyant and wide open and tall and fat. So I give him a lot of credit. This entire performance is fabulous, and this song is fabulous. But just in general, I give any singer singing Mandarin a lot of credit. The more and more I learn, the more and more I see, the more I realize that there are certain words, certain vowels where if you're going to say the word at all correctly, it's a little bit more tongue action. You got to kind of fight around. Now in English, I know that we soften vowels and we soften words and we make things a little bit more, we use what we call schwa. We talk about that one day. But we make everything sound more casual and more spoken, and sometimes that means getting the tongue out of the way or not enunciating a word as aggressively as we would if we were being very proper. And I imagine in Mandarin, singers are doing that to some degree, but I sense that it may be more challenging in this language. But I do wonder how much it is done and if it could be done more.
I think Jay Chou is a master at doing that.
Jay Chou?
Jay Chou, he changes the Chinese vowels to be more open, to
So
be more relaxed.
Is he still understandable?
But that's a very controversial thing, because then at first when he first debuted, people couldn't understand.
Well, if you have, the best example I can relate to that is Ariana Grande. She's a very prolific singer, and I don't think anybody would dispute that. But she is well known to be not understandable, but she gets a pass, and as I imagine Jay Chou does too, because it sounds so good, mm-hmm. and there's so much vocally going on, and in my observation and opinion as a vocalist and a vocal coach, sometimes it's the right decision. Yeah, you could take it too far potentially, but I don't think you're deprioritizing the lyrics. The lyrics are still what they are. They're still written as they are. They still have the meaning they have. But delivering it in the most palatable way, and you could even argue that if people have to look the lyrics up, it's not always the worst thing. They have to engage more with the art. I believe making those shifts is a part of a vocalist's job, to deliver a vocal performance in the most pleasing way possible. Of course, you have to work around the words, but I think it's your job to massage the words. So coming back to this, is he massaging the word?
No, he's not.
So he's still managing to get good sound out, but keeping the truth of the word.
Everyone can understand him without looking at lyrics. It's great.
So he cannot say chew.
No, that would sound like a foreigner.
Okay. Okay. Well, there it is. Gotta get it in there. He's got the mic way over here.
绽放着鲜艳的传奇，我们从来都没忘记。
你的控诉没有声音，却倾诉更多的真理，却唤醒无数的真心。那朵玫瑰没有荆棘，最好的保护是美丽，最美的盛开是反击。别让谁去改变了你，你是你，我是你，都行。会有人。
This guy, this rapper dude, is a really special artist, I think. It is not super common for rappers to be excellent singers. Actually, or singers to be decent rappers. I know I've said this before. I've had to do like little pieces of it through my career in various projects or recordings, and it's really hard. With the sensibility of a singer, rap is... it's very easy to get very not cool as a singer trying to rap. So I think both of these artists are very special.
看看我们一路怎么来的，随便他们贴上什么样的牌子。
玫瑰
How about him? Can you understand him well? Because he sounds almost like, not by no means does he sound English, but to my ear, like it doesn't sound as Mandarin as some Mandarin does. I don't know how to say.
That is very interesting because when I mentioned Jay Chou was the first person that started doing that, changing the Chinese vowels to suit his songs, but he was also the first rapper. So after Jay Chou...
So he kind of paved the way a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, because to my ear, this sounds like, yeah, to an ear that is not familiar or doesn't, you know, for someone who doesn't speak Mandarin, it can sound a very certain... The vowels.
He's making it more fluent.
It's way more fluid.
Yes.
And again, this is my opinion, but I think whatever language you speak, you should, as an artist, be finding your way of doing this.
Yeah.
Not by no means for foreigners' ears. I'm talking for your own,
Yeah.
to make it as pleasing, while still delivering your message as possible.
Yeah.
So I think excellent work.
This is very new generation. The artists in my generation are still doing the old thing. Sometimes when we
This is the
sing,
right direction.
Yeah, we get criticized now by kids.
Oh yeah.
They're saying that, oh, you pronounce it way too hard. Like you sound way too old school.
It is hard. It's yeah. That's another topic entirely. But
少年在我心里。
actually, I'm really impressed with Zhou Shen in this song. How cool he is in this, because how old is he?
I don't know, way younger than.
But is he 30?
I don't.
You think he's in his 20s?
I think he's in his 20s.
Either way, regardless of how old he is, the style that he is really good at singing, the very vocally prolific, high notes, belty notes, loud notes, all the things, it's hard sometimes to package that in a trendy way, in a modern way. And I would say of all the performances I've seen of him, this is the most successful at feeling of today, but still making use of the things that are his things, the things that he's really good at. He still managed to get in some loud and long and high and belty, and young kids may not appreciate that.
I don't know.
16-year-olds might not appreciate that.
He's popular.
He's popular.
He's very popular.
Well, then maybe he can get away with anything. But I just think this is the best packaging I've seen of him, and the best performance I've seen of him under the metric of trend, modernity. I like this performance a lot. Is it the most prolific vocal performance he's done? No, probably not, because unfortunately, that's not always the most modern thing. So what's more important, to be vocally prolific or modern? I'm not here to say. I'm just saying I think this is a very successful marriage of his prolific awesomeness meeting trendy, cool todayness and being successful.
睁眼看看我们一路怎么来的。
Yeah. Bravo to both of these performers, to the producer, to the showrunner, to all the things. I think this was, I guess, one of my favorite performances just based on what I've been talking about. This was really neat to see him in this light. Both of them are excellent.
He's diverse. Zhou Shen he can be.
I'll be honest, more than I thought he would be. I mean, I obviously love him and appreciate his talent, but I'm surprised at how successful this was. But this song, I'd like to hear him sing more songs like this. I'd like to hear him more in this light. But that's me.
It has something to do with your personal taste, for sure.
Oh, certainly. But at the end of the day, when I'm looking at vocals, just sheerly appreciating a vocalist, it matters a lot less what the song is or if it's modern. He's easy to appreciate regardless.
I like this too.
But I can't help it.
Yeah.
I can't help it. This is just packaged. This is taking a prolific singer and figuring out how to package it in a way that it's going to appeal wider.
See, rap music is actually really popular in China right now.
Oh, really?
And Jay Chou was the first one who kind of fused hip hop with Chinese pop, with Mando pop. And then all these kids nowadays are rapping even better than Jay Chou does. And they don't pronounce the language correctly anymore.
Do you know,
they all sound like foreigners.
Yeah. Oh, really? Interesting. That's funny because I'm like, oh, I like this guy. This guy feels like it sounds really familiar to me.
He's not making full vowels anymore.
But does it sound cool and casual, or does it sound shitty and lazy?
It took some getting used to. Like, Jay Chou was the first one that got,
Because let me just say this. When rappers and singers take vocals and make it more casual sounding, it immediately sounds cooler. As a matter of fact, when I'm coaching, a lot of what I do, especially with newer singers, is help them figure out how to not over-enunciate. Because it doesn't even matter what genre you're singing. The only genre that you wouldn't do this on is classical music.
Yeah.
The rest of it, any song I can think of, Billie Eilish, I don't wanna be you. I'm not saying the T on don't. I'm not saying I as a diphthong. I'm saying ah. Anything you can think of. So if I sing that correctly, I don't want to be you.
Big difference.
Suddenly I'm Snow White.
Yeah.
Suddenly. So it doesn't even matter genre, artist, singer. If it's anywhere in the pop umbrella, anywhere in the popular umbrella, you need to make it sound more like the way we talk. Now that might sound confusing based on what you just said, but I don't know. You'll have to tell me in Mandarin. Is there a way to speak more casually, or is that not a thing?
I'm sure there is. I'm still learning to do that because I suck at it. I don't
In
do
Mandarin?
a good job. Yeah, when I sing, I have a problem with.
But even think about the word the and thee. Thee, it's the same word, the.
Yeah.
Thee is like pretty popular. The is more casual, but still, the decision to use the or thee is something that, depends what's surrounding it. Depends. Like, I think this is so important, and I don't know Mandarin, so I can't speak to how far they should or shouldn't push it, but I like to see this.
Want to up your singing game with one quick fix? Trade I and my for and ma. I will leave my heart at the door. I won't say a word. Notice how that sounds overly enunciated and careful? But check this out. I will leave my heart at the door. I won't say a word. See how that sounds more casual and authentic? I went, not I went.